All right, I'm here a little early. I'm here a little early. Yeah. All right, I'm here a little early. Okay, it's working. What's up, y'all? I'm gonna wait till 4:45 because that's the time that I tweeted out. I am about to dye some tracks, about to dye some hair because I think I'm about to make me a wig for Thanksgiving because I don't really hate having my hair out. I mean, I like having it out because like growth and flourishing and ooh, team natural and all that, but trying to find something to do with it every day that's going to be healthy for it and not hurt it. No, I don't trust myself with that task. I don't trust myself with that task. Not every day. And hair is such a big part of my life every day. Every single day. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started just a little early just because if you're not subscribed to my channel and you're not someone that watches me all the time, you're gonna be like, how are you doing a review and you're just talking all this time? So I'm Kemray. This is Kemray Music TV. Welcome. If you're new here, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I am here to do an Insecure review, and it's one of my favorite shows. Super sad about it going off. But I also review other Black television. I need to get into more and start back with my original content. But we're slowly making our way back. I beat myself up about that a lot just because I left the military to do, what I wanted, follow my dreams. And here it is. My day job is deterring me from that. So I think it can coincide. It's just COVID and all these other things. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into tonight's show or last night's show. So, let's see. We start the show off with some pretty grown-up content. Glad it's on HBO and not daytime television because Molly is getting it in. She's getting pleasured, okay, fully, and I'm happy for her because y'all know she was one controlling, uptight mess. So it's cool to see her let loose. We don't even know who this dude is. He's not even not a boyfriend. It's not Arik. It's not anyone that we've seen. So, that's cool to see her in one aspect, just like fully just enjoying herself and understanding. I think that's all I'm going to do on this hanger. Understanding like I deserve, okay? But in the midst of that, her phone is going off and it is her dad and her family because we realize that her mom has had a stroke. So it's a pretty heavy episode because on one hand, it's this conversation about getting your things in order, right? Oh, I see a comment. Let me go back. Hey. Grading papers, Trey, that's what I need to be doing. Oh gosh, I need to grade this test that these kids did almost 2 weeks ago. Maybe it was a week ago, but they did it a while ago. And I need to enter that. Ooh. You're so good for doing that on the first day of break. Unless you're not on break. Anyway, yeah, so it's this whole conversation about like getting your things in order. My mom talks about that a lot, and my nanny talks about that a lot, and just being in the military, it's a thing that you sign up for when you first get there. So I have life insurance. I'm always talking about like get your life insurance because you just never know. And while you don't want to think like that, you also don't want to be, leave your family in some crazy predicament if something like that happens. So if you remember in the last couple episodes, Molly had been trying to talk to her family about getting their estate together because they didn't have it. They had it written down on a little sticky note. And it was erased because remember the mom was like, he had pissed me off. So I erased that. I mean, I took him off. So, they're not really taking it as serious as Molly would like them to, but also that's Molly's area of expertise, right? She's a lawyer. So it's just like, I mean, our generation is a lot more serious about a lot of things that the generation before us is not. Just because by that time we had the age of the internet and we had more knowledge about things and social media and stuff. But also too, it's like there's things that they're more knowledgeable about that we don't listen to either. So To be fair, that's that. Look at this. I'm about to put y'all up on something culturally. I mean, if you watch me, you're probably black, so you probably didn't see this before. But anyway, so that's what's going on. They get down to the hospital. The brother's beating himself up because he's like recalling that the last thing that he said to their mom was trashing her dressing, saying that it wasn't, up to par like the last time. The other brother's counting change. The dad is just, like a little frazzled and all over the place. Everybody's kind of dealing with it in their own way. Um, and so, yeah. So, as that is going on, Issa is real comfortable with Nathan. I'm talking about he and his tidy draws and bringing her coffee in the morning. And I don't know if that's her place or his place because I don't remember her having a mint green bed set. And the only reason why, or if that's sage, the only reason why I know the color is because that's my color right now. I've been trying to find even my family pictures and stuff. I just suggested that is the color that we wear. So, thought that was kind of cool. Oh Lord. Come on, I need you to stay on the hanger, man. Come on. So yeah, so he bringing her coffee. They looking real comfortable, looking real coupled up. And they kind of flirting and talking about how, what they have to do for the day. And Issa's supposed to go get lunch with Molly. But Nathan's plans are pretty cleared up, and Issa will be cleared up if Molly cancels, right? Uh-oh. I had to choose between this and AMAs last night. I kind of went back and forth between shows last night. Yeah, so I actually didn't watch either last night. I kind of just laid there in a lazy, like, I'm just glad I don't have to rush to get ready for tomorrow type of thing. But I did watch the AMAs this morning. I will say that I was underwhelmed just because there were like very, very few black acts. I watched Chloe. I was happy to see Cardi hosting. There were some black acts of people that I didn't even know. And I was like, who is this? The girl with the long, like floor length orange braids. I didn't know who she was. What did you think about the show? Just put it in the chat, Trey. I'm gonna move on. All right, so yeah, so she's hoping that Molly will cancel, and because she want to hang out with her boo bae, and she's asking him, unless she wants some me time, because she don't want to seem too in it, but also like she's really excited and wants to just be around him. I was just like, girl. I mean, I don't know. I'm happy for her, but I also feel like she's gonna let him down because I don't feel like, well, she did end the stuff with Lawrence like on her own, but I also feel like if he moved back and was making everything work, would she think about getting back with him? I just don't feel like she's done with him. And I don't want her to hurt Nathan because he already used to people just hurting him. And that little preview where that dude came at him talking about with your bipolar something or something, I was ready to hop through the screen. I'm upset. And it wasn't even me. Okay. I gotta start over with this because it's making me mad. So yeah, it definitely was a cute little episode. Definitely, for sure. So Issa calls Molly because she probably just reading, talking to her, asking her, what she's doing. And that's when Molly breaks the news to her that her mom has had this stroke. So we tap into this like good friend Issa, and I was just like, yes, y'all better come on back with this friendship. They just showing each other how to be a friend. And I always talk about the art of friendship, the true art of friendship. I don't know if it's fully taught like that. We're taught about, family and blood being thicker than water and being there for your family and all these things. But are we taught how to be a good friend to someone? I mean, I know that it's learned, and friends are your chosen family. But is it truly taught how to be a good friend? So these two, we know that they're making it back to each other. So it's refreshing to see like Issa spring into action when she realizes like, oh, my friend needs me. And as you get older, like they were saying, or not they were saying, I think it was on the wind down, Issa and Molly. So they were saying, but they were saying it as Issa and Yvonne. As you get older, the things that you need your friends for are more like they start to become a little bit more serious, I guess. More like, okay, like put you down as a beneficiary, maybe not that deep, but more adult like things, not just like let's link up and go on a girls trip or link up for lunch or where to have my party at, things like that. It's more other like life changing type things. And so Issa pulls up to the hospital. Nathan then gave her a ride. And he's just like, anything you need, you just call me, let me know. And I was just like, Nathan, you being real supportive and real available. And I'm like, is he like a Scorpio? Like once you're in, you're all in? Because he just seemed, I don't know, he seemed like he liked her for a while. Because remember, he was trying to get at her, but then she was getting back with Lawrence. And then it's been a year. I keep forgetting that. So maybe just in all this time, she's just kind of just been around and he's just had these feelings. Okay, I'm gonna take that back. Okay. So yeah, so he drops her off. She runs in there and she's just kind of talking to Molly, trying to get a sense of like where she's at, what she needs. And Molly, just like old Molly, got it all under control, right? She's like, I don't need that. I don't need any help with anything. I'm just trying to keep everything together. And so Issa suggests, like, well, do you want to be in here in your evening gown? Because Molly still got on this evening gown with a split up the side. I forgot to tell y'all, when the doctor came to the waiting room, he had came to tell them, like y'all need to go say y'all goodbyes because it's not looking good. And I'm like, okay, I thought for sure I seen the mom in a scene, in a teaser for the season. So I don't think she's passed. So I'm like, what is y'all doing? What y'all doing? But it turned out the doctor then racially profiled Molly and her family, thinking that they were with a different patient, which annoyed me even more. So that was a little humor or whatever. The brother talking about some sorry for your loss, or sorry for what you about to find out, like you got a loss. Um but yeah, so Issa comes in there, she's kind of giving her the rundown, and Issa's like, well, why don't we just switch clothes so that you don't have to be in that? And I was like, oh, that is so sweet. Not realizing they both done got down with the dirty in both outfits. And Issa thinks it's funny. They laughing. I thought it was cute though. I was just like, wow, these two have come such a long way. Well, back to Norman, back to normal. And I was happy for them. And so they switched clothes, and Issa walking out this hospital in this night evening gown. And this patient's telling her she looked like a model. The nurse made it a point to be like, oh no, she's high off her meds. I was like, you couldn't let her have that little compliment. You had to do her dirty like that. Okay. But no. So Issa and Nathan are headed to Molly's house to get her some clothes. Maybe it's clothes to stay, like clothes for the week, or I don't really know because I didn't see Issa come back with a bag. But they don't show us everything. But yeah, so they're at the house, and Nathan and Issa, they just fully hanging out, having a good time, enjoying each other, finding out more about each other. And they both realize that the thing that happened with, or the stroke that Molly's mom has had, has prompted them both to call their own moms. And it was cute because it was like, okay, y'all are connecting over tragedy. Okay. But while they're there, they realize Flavor Flav, Nathan's like, oh, she has a dog. And and oh, Issa's like, oh yeah, she loves that dog. And I'm just like, girl, that's your friend. You wasn't thinking to take the dog out. Listen, for all my friends or people who know me, if something ever happened to me, my dogs are my family. Okay, everybody know I cook for my dogs. My day is revolved around my dogs, and as funny as it sounds, it's real because your dogs are like your kids. So, when Issa like don't know if she should take him out, or she just kind of acting like, oh, he'll be okay. He can fend for himself. Like, no, ma'am. My dogs, if something happens to me, somebody need to take my dogs out. Somebody need to make sure they get their food. Somebody need to make sure they love on them. Like, if I go out of town, I don't even leave. I don't even like taking them to boarding because I don't know what they do up in there. No. So yeah. Issa acting real strange with the dog. I was over her. Um, and Nathan's the one that's like, well, don't we need to take him out like for a walk or something so he can use a bathroom? And she was like, I guess. I'm like, but then Molly, she was so caught up in what she had going on, she didn't even suggest it. So, clearly she's like really distracted, just thinking about everything with her mom. And I mean, wouldn't you be? So Nathan makes that suggestion. They grab the leash, and I was just looking at the neighborhood they were walking the dog in. I'm like, where is the dog supposed to go? I live in Texas. So my dogs, we just came from the park. They are tired out, exhausted. And when I take them out, they have lots of trees and grass to run along in. And, poor little Flavor Flav, where was he supposed to go to the bathroom at? I was very confused. I'm like, where this dog gonna go, honey? Okay. So so yeah. So they're walking and talking, just finding out more about each other. And I'm just kind of watching, the chemistry. And I'm like, okay, these two, it's real cute. It's giving, it's giving, it's giving. And Issa mama called. Y'all know Issa's mom is Wendy Raquel. We love her. I saw that the game was back on. Are y'all watching that? Trey, are you watching that? Okay, I need this not to be in my face because if I get bleach on my hair, I'm gonna be upset. My actual hair. Yeah, I saw that the game was back, and I was like, okay, so is Melanie and Derwin coming back? Is it just supposed to be like a spinoff and just Wendy Raquel just has like her thing? Is what was his name on the show? Malik? Is he on there, or is it all just Wendy Raquel's thing? Is the girl that was married to Jason, is she on there? Because I'm not gonna lie, like after a certain time, I had stopped watching it. Like I had stopped and then I had picked it back up. Okay. The game is a Miss Tasha show now. It's nothing like it's supposed to be. That's what Trey says. Okay, Tasha Mack running the show. Okay. Okay, well. I don't know. I like Tasha Mack, and it's so funny that in different time frames, like how people think of Wendy Raquel. Like when I think of her, I definitely think of Tasha Mack. I don't think of um what's the one where she was on the Steve Harvey show? I don't think of her. Oh, I missed the comment. Trey, you said, I'm still shocked at Cardi interest. She was given, and then the outfit changes. I think I like the yellow the most. And Chloe did better than the VMAs, but I was really looking forward to Meg and Doja. Yeah, so I'll just say about the AMAs real quick. I did not like Cardi's mullet look, but I thought she was great. She's always great. I love Cardi. But I didn't like the mullet look. My favorite look of hers was probably the white, and like when she had the middle part, she was on like a carpet, so maybe it was after party. I like her moment with JoJo Siwa. I thought that was funny. I thought that was cute. Chloe, I felt like was less like possessed looking, and she was more like calm, like I belong here, versus like trying to prove something. So yeah, she definitely killed it. She killed it the first time too. It was high energy, and I love that. But this time, it just felt more like, yeah, this is where I belong. What's good? What's good? So yeah, she did really good. I was waiting to see Doja. I was waiting to see Megan. I was waiting to see even Cardi. Cardi did not perform. Cardi did not perform. Or did she? Did I miss it? She did not perform, which was very weird. Like usually, okay, this about to turn into a whole AMAs thing. Okay, I'm gonna do a different thing. I'm gonna do a different video about AMAs because somebody asked me on Twitter. I'll wait. Okay, so let me get back to the show. So, yeah, so Wendy Raquel calls Issa and she's like, I got your message or whatever. She's asking her, what you doing the next 8 Sundays? Because I'm thinking about starting a book club. And, it's funny because it's funny how your parents transition from the authority and then they become like your friend kind of. And so, it's always weird, like as an adult, trying to navigate that relationship and how that's supposed to go. But Issa's kind of awkwardly talking to her mom, like, okay, mom, like, yeah, we're not gonna be doing that, mom. Okay, mom. And I need to turn this fan on. And Nathan just kind of in the background because she keep looking at him. And so mom is like, oh, who is that? Who is that in the back? And she's like, oh, that's Nathan. I'm listening to Issa and what she calls him. She says, that's Nathan. And so she's like, well, who is Nathan? Who's Nathan? What's Nathan? She said, are you my daughter's boyfriend? And Nathan said, yes. I said, okay. We just had a conversation in the morning about moving too fast. And here you are talking about some yes to being a boyfriend. So, I mean, okay, like it makes sense to me. I mean, let's be clear. We're not playing around here. You don't want me talking to nobody else. Like, let's be clear, honey. Let's be clear. I fully get it. Let's be clear about what we're doing here. Ain't no guessing. So everybody understands what everybody is doing here. Got it. But also, do y'all think it was a little too fast? Are y'all thinking like I'm thinking cynically, like, okay, y'all just like, y'all been messing around and yeah, y'all made stuff clear with a little kiss. How long ago was that now? Was that weeks ago? Was it last night? I don't know. Well, maybe it's been some weeks because when he says, you getting used to this, or you snapped on me the other day when I didn't bring it to you, when he was bringing her breakfast in bed and stuff, that has seemed like, okay, maybe it's been a couple times now, like they fully in the throes of things. I don't know. So I was just like, okay, sis, I don't know. All right. So yeah, he says that, too late to take it back now. And even Issa like kind of gave him a chance to take it back because when they got off the phone, she's like, you did not have to do that. You don't have to say that. Like if that's not who you want to be, what you want to do, you don't have to say that. You don't have to do that. Like I'm fully into taking it slow. He's like, no, I know what I said. I know what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what you said. Okay, yeah, you know what you're doing. But you also know this girl's all over the place. Just like when Issa said that about her mom, when she got off the phone, she's like, I just feel like my mom's all over the place. And he's like, like, oh, that sound real familiar. In which Issa is all over the place. But I mean, isn't your 20s for that? Isn't your early 30s for that? In a way, like career-wise, is she all over the place? No, she's finally doing what it is she wants to do. She's getting fully settled into that. But relationship-wise, yeah, because did she think that she was going to go? Well, first, let's make stuff clear, okay? She was talking to Daniel, and she cheated. I'm sorry, let me back all the way up. She was in a long-term relationship. And while in that relationship, things was running stagnant, right? She had things that she wanted to do. She knew she didn't want to be at the place she was at. The guy that she was with wasn't challenging her to do that because he was fine with where he was at. He had this dream deferred. Like, I know that I want to do this woo-woo app. And since I can't do that, I don't want to do anything else, right? And so he was working at Best Buy, no ambition. And she's coming home thinking like, oh, I could really like make some stuff happen. And he's not supportive of that. Lawrence is not supportive of that. So when Daniel shows back up and he's doing exactly what he had a dream of doing, She gets kind of into that and realizing like, oh, okay, this is what I've been hungry for, like in my own life, in my own career. And that turns into cheating with him because, of course, Lawrence is just like chilling and he doesn't notice anything about her in that time. When he does start to notice, it is too late. She's already cheated, right? He had that crazy temper, but we also know like, I would have been the same type of upset, right? Okay, so yeah, so all that goes down. She ends up staying with Daniel, ends up being this whole thing. They're just friends or whatever. She meets Nathan when she starts driving the Uber, and then Nathan ghosts on her. He comes back in her life. That's a little weird because it's like, should I let him back in my life because he did ghost on me? And then Lawrence comes back, they get back cool. She then tells Nathan, like, yeah, I don't see it for us because I am like trying to make things work with my ex. So just kind of want to let you know that, be up front with you. And then then Lawrence says, I got this baby on the way. And then here we find Issa, who decided to cut him off. Okay, I think I wrapped that up pretty nicely. I missed the security guard or the dude that worked at the airport. Didn't talk about him. But yeah, so Issa's kind of been within this love triangle for a little bit here. And so it's kind of like, okay, sis, what we doing? So let me think. My hair has been dripping all day. So, oh, my hand. Yeah, so these two are an item. And I was looking at Black Twitter and there was a lot of mixed feelings. A lot of people feel like leave a dude from your past in the past. Others feel like they're really happy that these two are getting back together. Others feel like myself, she's going to let him down again because once she realized Lawrence lives in town, I think she's going to try that out again. Because with the behavior from the end of the episode, I'm just like, she's clearly not fully over him. But then that's the thing too, like, she ends up calling out to him. So it's like, maybe she is fully over him. I don't know. So anyway, okay, so they lose the dog. He then got loose. And Honey, keep saying Honey, that's my dog's name. If my friend lost my dog, do not, first of all, I'm glad they didn't call Molly. Do not tell me. Yes, my dogs are microchipped. Yes, my dogs are trained. They know to come back home. And Nathan knew that. He shared this story about a traumatic experience with his dad where, parents be saying, if you let somebody beat up on you, I'm going to beat up on you. Like, I don't know what that's about in the black community. Like, so much violence all the time. Jesus. But anyway, he shares that story. And then the moral of the story is the dog was at the house as we was looking all these different places and calling out to him. And I was scared to go home because of that. The doggone dog was at the house. So he's like, let's just go back to the house because dogs know their roots, right? And he'll eventually make it back to the house. So that was a good call for him because they do. They end up coming back to what they know, unless they're trying to flee from you because you done did the dog wrong. Now that's that's another thing for another day, okay? But while they're sitting there, they're still just talking, enjoying each other, and within the conversation, the dog comes back. And Issa's just like, oh, you're not as dumb as I thought. And you did come back. And she's giving Nathan this compliment. Oh, you're so patient with me. And that's why I love you, is what she says. That's why I love you, because you're so patient with me. And I was just like, little girl, little girl, little girl, little girl, little girl. Well, now are you listening? Little girl, struggling with your confidence. Little girl, God made you so beautiful. I was upset. How is you telling this man you love him when y'all just started dating at the beginning of the walk 2 streets ago? Y'all just started dating. And now you are together. How? Do y'all think? I know that she obviously didn't mean that she was in love, but let's back it up a little bit. They have known each other a really, really long time. Not really that long, a year. They have known each other a really long time. They have spent a large, considerable amount of time being friends, being there for one another in their times of need. So you can love him, just as a friend because you've seen him have this ambition. He's pushed you in a way, like that could be very true. She didn't say she was in love. And also, I was a little annoyed because she didn't even clear it up after to be like, I do love you. I do love you as my friend. Like, I do love you. I love that, you have this drive about you and this ambition, and you're getting out here and you're making things happen for yourself. And I'm feeling that. And that's, rubbing off on me. And also, you've gotten in front of like your, I don't even know how to say it politically in the political correct way, but you have bipolar disorder and you've gotten in front of that, and you're taking your medication, you're able to speak on things, so she could love him, just not in love with him. But I was still just like, Issa, that mouth, girl, that mouth. I'm like, don't be telling this man that. And then he didn't even say it back. I don't think that I don't want you to say it back if you don't feel it, number one. But then also too, it's like when they don't say it back, how y'all be feeling? Because when me and my husband first fell in love, I told him I love him before he said it. And I don't really feel no way about that because at the time that I started dating him, I was very sure about a lot of things about myself, just like I am now. But I was very sure about like how I feel. I was very sure about like my feelings, about this, about that, my thoughts, like all of that. A lot of things were very in check, very sure about myself. Whereas if he would have met me just even a year sooner. So, y'all want to hear something? I got this bleach on my hands. I should have gloves on. Do not do this at home because I can literally feel my fingertips tingling. Maybe I should go get some gloves. Maybe I should do that. Or my fingertips fall off. I'll be back. Don't make me feel away, don't make me feel away. All right, I got some. It's probably too late. Fingertips gonna fall off. So no, yeah, I don't know. I understand not saying it back. Don't say it back if you don't feel that thing, But also too, like, don't just leave it out there. Don't say thank you either, like Crystal and Fran was saying. Don't say thank you, but also just don't leave my love you out there. Like, I don't know. Like, say something. I think my husband was like, "Oh, I don't really feel that way, so I don't want to say it back." But I am happy that you said that, and I could see myself feeling the same way. But also, I don't want to just say something that I don't. It was like this whole thing. And I think I just was like, well, I just want you to know I love you. I love you. I just want you to know that. So, I don't know, y'all. How did y'all feel about Nathan saying that? I mean, Nathan not saying nothing. And Issa just being like, and it literally was just like word vomit. Like it just came out of her mouth. So I get that part. Like she was just in the heat of things. But that's the problem that I have with her though. She just be saying stuff. And I just be like, girl, can you catch yourself before you just be out there like that? Can you catch yourself before you just be out there like that? Why does it seem like I'm just not getting enough bleach? I feel like my fingertips gonna fall off. But no, so okay. So they established that he ain't said nothing back, but he did kiss her and kind of just, look into her eyes like, gotcha. Just kidding. He just kind of was like, okay, girl, I'm seeing what you're throwing down. I'm keeping what you're throwing down, girl. And so we go back to the hospital, and Molly is just kind of having a moment where she's realizing or thinking about like what's important, right? Because the doctor's coming in and she's all on WebMD and she's like, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Like, does this work? Does that work? Like, y'all aren't doing this. Y'all aren't doing that. And the nurse is just like, oh, you're on WebMD. You're one of those. Okay. Like, we got to get off WebMD. And, the doctor's like, yeah, no, we know what we're doing. No, my fingers are burning. We know what we're doing. And, kind of just let us do that, right? And so Molly says something to where she's like, that's not an issue with my mom or something because she's never had a stroke before. And the lady's like, she's had a stroke before. And she's like, no, she hasn't. And the dad's like, yeah, she has. And, this is another moment where Molly's just like, well, what is going on? Y'all not telling me nothing. I'm feeling real annoyed, real annoyed. And on one hand, I feel her because it's like, you want to know what's going on with your people. You want to know what's going on with your people. You don't want to feel like they're not telling you something because you're not able to handle it. Shout out to that viewer who said that they were praying for my grandpa in the last video. I really do appreciate that. We call him Papa. A lot of times people don't identify with that, so I just say grandpa. But my papa had been in the hospital, and I'm familiar with the conversations of not saying certain things because you don't know if the person can handle it, and you don't know if they're at work, you don't know like what they're doing. So I fully get that as well. But Molly's kind of like her mom, like, I want to know. Don't be trying to think about what I got going on or what I'm doing while I'm grateful. I would like to know what's going on with my people when they have something on, because I live in the power of prayer. So while you over there just handling it all by yourself, we could be prayed up, linked up, locked up. Now listen, Aunt Kiki was a whole lot. I was like, oh, Aunt Kiki, it's not all of this, is it? It's not all of this, Aunt Kiki. She coughing for the doctor, talking about some. So usually when I cough, it'd be like, but now when I cough, it'd be like, do I got cancer? I was just like, okay, everybody got an Aunt Kiki, yes, or at least a friend of the family that's like this, right? She got everybody on the line. She like, so and so want to pray. And, that's why families be like, oh, we don't want to tell certain people because they going to take it to the next level. I'm not sure we're there yet. But also it's like, everybody helps in their own way. So just like allow people to be people. That's the way I feel. I don't know. So Molly's there, she's kind of talking to Issa, and it's just really refreshing to see these two just be like, I'm going to always be here. I'm going to be in your corner. You ain't got to worry about, being cut off or me cutting you off or anything like that, because I'm going to be down. And I was just like, cool. But Molly's still feeling like, did my mom feel like I wasn't strong enough to handle this? Like, why wouldn't she tell me when she had a stroke the first time? Like, what is that about? And I just think, parents don't want you to worry. That'd be the main thing. And as I get older, I'm less, angry about things like that and just understand, like, they don't want you to worry. And so they withhold information or don't tell you at the time or tell you in a type of way where they feel like you can handle it better. I get it, but Molly, she don't care about that. Let me see. No, I'm not measuring nothing. You know, whatever. So let me see. Okay. The doctor comes in, and the doctor has some really serious, not so good news. He tells Molly that it is looking like the stroke caused more damage, critical damage, than they thought, and she may be paralyzed. She may be looking at paralysis. I'm dropping this on the floor. And I don't know. I feel like on one hand, I serve a God. On one hand, this doctor had the complete wrong family. Didn't even know, like, he had it all wrong in the beginning. So it's just like, can you even trust his word? Do we need a second opinion? On the other hand, it's like, okay, we do need to be preparing ourselves and able to have these conversations, because it's just like what Issa and Yvonne were saying in the wind down. Like, a lot of times we don't have this conversation because you're like, don't talk like that. Don't talk like that. But in this crazy world we live in now, honey, where you can be at a Christmas parade and somebody drive through the parade, that is just so scary. It's so scary. My sister was talking about she was supposed to be in their neighborhood parade. And it's just like, can you imagine? Like, I don't know what people got going on. I just pray that people can get the help they need emotionally. Like, if you're just feeling alone or whatever it is, like, please just get the help that you need, because y'all gotta stop hurting people just cause it makes you feel better. That is some scary stuff right there. But yeah, so let me see. Am I leaving anything out? I feel like I'm leaving something. It's like on the tip of my tongue. Oh, Molly and her job. I needed Molly to tell I almost said Tavoria to tell her coworker, hey, this is not a personal day. My mom is in the hospital. She had a stroke. As much as I want to do this work, I'll send y'all what I have. I'll send y'all what I've done so far. Sorry, please don't hold this to me. I think it's Torian. Don't hold this to me, but I got to handle this first. I think that Molly definitely goes back to the old her of wanting to handle everything and seemingly have everything under control. And it's going to bite her in the butt if she don't speak up about her job, because you can't just be saying that you're going to do something with your job and then you mess it up. Like, this, it seemed like it's a lot riding on this. Like, I need her to just be real with herself and just be like, you know what, Felicia, come on over here, Felicia. You got this one this time. Because when she's telling him, like, oh, yeah, I just need a personal day. Oh, no, I haven't looked at it, but I'm going to be looking at it. And then we ain't seen her with her work at all. I don't know. But with only 5 episodes left, where do y'all think this is going? Because before I say the last thing, it's still feeling very slow. Like everyone's saying, it's still feeling pretty slow. Not fully understanding like where we're going with things. And maybe that's the feel that they want. Because in the end, when Issa sees Kendola and the baby and Lawrence in the hallway, when she goes to get Molly some coffee, and then she tries to shake them, but then in the preview, she ends up saying hey or walks over to them. I couldn't read that. Was she walking over to them because she is over him and she's realizing like this is her moment to test that out and be like, oh, well, let me at least speak. He saw me and, let me not be like that. Or was she just being awkward Issa? Because y'all know Issa will put herself in a situation, even if she's uncomfortable. She will do it. So was she doing that? Or was she more like, I'm over this dude. I can at least speak. Because remember, she had a little bromance with Condola. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Make sure y'all like the video if you are watching live, or even if you're watching the recorded version. I don't know. I think that, what do I predict for next episode? I think that she's gonna go over and speak to them, obviously. I think that Lawrence is gonna be hella fucking awkward. I don't know. Is he gonna be awkward? Because he was looking at her like, do I speak? I don't know. Should I speak? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Trey, if you're still watching. Trey, what grade do you teach? What subject do you teach? What grade do you teach? I don't know. Then I just realized Queen Sugar is done. You finished Queen Sugar last week? I think so. Y'all, last week that Danny Lay and the baby stuff just had me so just it had my dander up. I was pissed. I don't even like her. And I was just pissed. Like, y'all really let this short dude get on here and just act a whole fool. Cause he got a little money. He is cute now, I'm not gonna lie to you. But is he that cute? He's fun size. I guess he is cute. A little adorable self. But not really. He's a womanizer, beats on him, and that's the thing. Really weird. Anyway, I am interested in seeing how this season is going to close, because things are slowly happening, but they're still not they're not tying up the ends. Is Molly going to get a spinoff? Is Kelly going to get a spinoff? When are we going to find out Kelly's backstory? Because we find out a whole lot about everybody else. Molly's backstory, Nathan's backstory, Lawrence's backstory. I need Condola's backstory. We find out too. I need some more of Kelly. I need some more of, I guess it would just be Kelly. She's the only one that we don't, because me and Tiffany, we're not really interested like that. No. I don't know, honey. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought. I need to end this live, but I cannot. I got bleach all over my hands. So if y'all got something more y'all want to say, please put it in the chat before I figure out how to end this. Overall, I thought it was a good episode, but I am worried about our girl because she wavers. She wavers in her decisions, but also when she was getting back with Lawrence, her and Molly were at odds. Now her and Molly are solid. So is Molly gonna be enough in her ear to be like, hey, ice. That TikTok. Is she gonna be enough in her ear to say that? I need her to be. Because as much as I like them together and I really enjoyed, that closure moment that we got at the end of last season, I feel like he's too much of a yo-yo. And he does not communicate half as much as Nathan. And I don't like comparing people, but when it comes down to this show, I think it's okay to compare because Issa does it. She weighs one person against the other. Oh my gosh. I don't know. But all right, y'all, make sure you like the video. I'm Kim Ray. This is Kim Ray Music TV. And I think I can end this with my thumb. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye. Okay, here we go. In broadcast. Oh, yeah. Call up.